Hi, I'm Tamara Royal. Thanks for joining me. This is my series on beginner or a refresher for yoga workshop. In this whole program, my whole goal is to empower you to get the most out of your yoga practice and maybe break some of the stereotypes that are out there. Maybe there's stories that we hold, whether or not we are good at yoga, which I would love to ban that phrase. I don't believe there's any, um, there's no way to be good at yoga. If you're making that into some of the acrobatic shapes you see, that's not for every body. I mean, some bodies feel good in twisted pretzel shapes, but that doesn't mean that's what yoga is. The physical shape is just a small portion of what the whole practice of yoga encompasses. So I'm here to give you permission to speak kindly to yourself and to accept yourself where you are. And this is all about body acceptance, body love, and to really empower us as we move through our yoga. I challenge you, like, what is your why for rolling out your yoga mat? What is it that you're looking for out of your yoga practice? I often hear, well, I want to be more flexible, or I want to be healthy, or I want to de-stress. Those are some of the common ones, but um, maybe going a little deeper. So, what does that mean? Why do you want to be more flexible, or why do you want to work on your stress level? And these are things that you can carry as you're moving through your yoga practice as you progress through just different stages of it. It is a journey, let me tell you. And again, it's so hard to get out of our minds that it's a physical practice. It is really so many layers encompassed. So um, through the way that I teach yoga, I love to empower the sensation that you're feeling in your body and not so much the shape of the pose. So when we call out a certain pose in our yoga practice, this is going to look different in almost every body in the room. So if we're in a big room of a yoga class, you're going to see um, pretty much differences along every mat. And that's, in my mind, that's perfect because if their body feels good, if their body has that sensation, but they all look a little different, to me, that is a great yoga practice because if we're all going for the exact same shape of the body and not paying attention to how that feels, then we're ripe for injury. We're ripe for not serving ourselves well and really living in that ego mind because we might be in that thought process of, but my body needs to look like that. I must force it into that. And I'm here to tell you, no, that is not how I like to teach. And I love to teach that and empower you to really feel what serves your body and leave what does not. And if you've been in a class where they say honor your body, that's exactly the purpose of that statement. What does your body need in this moment? And honoring that. So this may look like working around an injury. Let's say you have a shoulder injury right now. So that might mean that putting pressure on your forearms in a down dog doesn't feel good in the shoulder. So what does that mean? We're not going to push through it just because the class is doing that. We're going to be mindful of that injury and working around it, knowing what other poses that you might take instead, or simply leaving that particular pose. Um, Again, it could be a real practice of coming out of the ego mind and really coming in with what serves you. So often, like I've been practicing yoga for a while and teaching for a while, and if I'm in a group class and I'm working on something that doesn't feel good, let's say in my knee, I am going to honor that and work around it. And it can be a challenge even for me sometimes getting out of that ego mind and really knowing that I'm honoring and nourishing my body the way it needs in this moment. And that can be really challenging, especially if it's a pose that, let's say, yesterday, it felt really good in my body and I want to do that pose again. But today, no, the body says, no, we listen to that. So that self-talk is huge, and it is a part of our ongoing journey through yoga. Listening to the thoughts, becoming aware of where the mind goes, and knowing that it's not always true. If there are those negative thought patterns that come up, those shoulds, those judgment thoughts that maybe we're not enough, we're not good enough, that maybe we shouldn't be here, or not flexible enough, whatever the thoughts that might come up, see them for what they are and know that that is not true, that you are more than worthy of being on your mat in this moment and moving through how your body needs. That might also look like challenging your body a little bit more than what the class is doing, if that feels good in your body and if it feels nourishing. So as we move through the different steps in this workshop, I hope that you enjoy, and always available for questions. And I love to hear feedback on how your practice is going. I hope you enjoy, and we'll get on to the next one.